The clear space. What happens for you when I say that? What does that conjure up for you? The clear space. The more I talk about this work and the more you go down rabbit holes and rabbit warrens and explore and expand, nothing I come across is better than the clear space. It incorporates everything. It's the way, it's the means, it's the end result, it's the space. It's so clever. It's so clever. People talk about stillness because, as we have said before, that is where all creativity comes from. And it is true. But sometimes people might think that means empty. And the clear space is anything but empty. Anything but empty. It is where creative energy, which is consciousness itself, life force, is bubbling up from, is pulsating there. And the reason why I call it the clear space, because it's a space that is clear from the mind, clear from doubt, clear from overthinking. It is clear from disconnection from the art. Those of us who are the mystical creatives, the spiritual creatives, now I'm just going to use the word mystical. And I know that'll mean different things for different people. I'm not talking religious. I'm not talking some kind of weird cult thing. I'm not talking some odd high priestess Lala thing either. No offense. I'm talking just the pure mystical element. It's about you and it and creating from it. So the clear space isn't only about the resistance. It is also about your connectivity, your connection to your craft, your creativity. It is also the source of all pure potentiality, meaning it is also the source of your creative inspiration. I love and adore the fact that for some reason, with me, in my morning ritual, my morning meditation ritual, images just started to come up. When I really sat embodied within the clear space and chose this as a creative path, not just my spiritual path. I brought it all to my creativity. And you can too. And I swear people are doing that unconsciously or consciously out there. I think the great masters who had a madness, a love for what they were doing were so lucky to have that. Might not be socially the best thing, but it meant that everything else was away and they were just so hyper-focused on this creativity, on this force, on this power, on this energy, on what it could do, that they were so brilliant, and it was in some way spontaneously arising with them to treat it like this so that they could get that incredible work out to the world. And you hear time and time and time again that for them it was when they were like a child, for them it was when it was love, for them it was when they came out of their mind and dropped into their heart, for them it was when they found stillness. And that's the thing in the clear space. It is where the love is. I've said pure potentiality, wisdom, knowledge, insights, downloads come from that place. Imagine just creating from that. Imagine just creating from that. Not needing some strange spiritist thing or entities or anything. Nothing, no one, not needing anything. All those cosmic dimensions reside in that space. Now, this, of course, is really only for those who are part of this mystical creative journey. I'm going to start just talking like that a little bit more occasionally. Because you're who I'm talking to. You're who I'm talking to. You want to feel connected to your work. You understand the source of it is mystical. And you kind of get that the way to handle it is as well, but no one's really told you how or taught you how. You have within you a creative language, your own creative language, like your own creative dictionary, your own creative song bank, poem bank, visual bank of images, this language sitting inside of you. Don't you want to know how to pull that out? So authentically that you know it's just you. It's not coming through something else. But the thing is, with this work, with mystical work, you have to build a kind of, I'm going to use the word asana, like a seat. You have to be very grounded. You have to be able to be still, and you have to be able to hold the clearness. Hold it so it's not bombarded with the mind and with the world and with external things, but particularly your own less favorable thoughts and influences. So to be able to hold it takes a particular kind of will, divine will, a strength that is not a mental will, it's an energetic will of being. It's an energetic will of beingness. That's something you have to build a muscle in. And it can happen, it will happen. You see, this is the beautiful part of all this, is in doing so, you consciously as a human, not just the artist, not just the creative, are evolving. You're starting to work with awareness practices. You're starting to work as close to this creative source as is absolutely possible. Not something somewhere else, not something in another age, not something in a particular building or temple, not something from a book, not something from some entity worship or anything. Nothing like that. Nothing at all. The creativity source within. Maybe I'm exposing here my great love and my devotion to the mysteries of creation. To me, it's not a mystery, but it was at one point. It was at one point. It was something I needed to delve into for a very long time. And hence, holding that seat, keeping that space clear, allowing that energy, that creative energy to bubble up and rise up and express itself through you takes practice, but it can start to happen straight away. You can start getting at least ideas. You can start understanding what to do, hold that space. And that's what deals with the block and the overthinking and the disconnection and even the loss of joy. The hardest part is holding it through the ugly part of the craft, the middle stage, where it's just what I'd say fruit and veg, nuts and bolts, or the Buddhists would say chop wood, carry water. Ew, that is where I have to kind of bring in the work. That's my least favorite part of the creative act, that middle part. But hence, you can see now, in no way is any of this about pushing or forcing or manipulating, cajoling, convincing. And none of what I'm talking about is the business of bringing the worldliness and that push culture to art. I'm here for art itself, creativity itself, the source of it, which is mystical, and somehow that's been lost. But some of us, some of you, get that and want to return. So I'll leave you with a question. What would you work on now? What would you build first if nothing needed forcing? if you had complete connection to your creativity? If the doubt, the overthinking, and the comparison went away, what would that be? Hit me in the comments. I would love to know.